Back with another video, June 26th next year while it's open. So, I know what you're thinking. What's going on with the channel, the Anti-Snyder channel? Well, after James Gunn's Superman movie release, it got underperformed in international box office, but they're well in domestic, but because why not? This is DCU. No one cares about Snyder DCU anymore, and especially Snyderverse. But the thing is, I respond of the spam comments a year ago on my main channel, and the only reason I gave up some spam comments for now. Even I got bullied or got a lot of negative things about this movie sucked. I don't care. MCU Fantastic Four movies better with Pedro Pascal. You know what? I happen to break it to you. MCU Fantastic Four movie. I don't care. It sucked. Pedro Pascal, female Silver Surfer. It's another MCU way, but for me, I think this is not to tell you something. I believe that James Gunn's Superman movie is pretty much 100 miles better than any other movies came out this year. But for me, it's the difference between this movie and other movies came out this year is many fandom, mostly as Snyder cultists, believe that movie's flopped, even in the underwear box office performance. But for me, DCU is only beginning. And this is not the end of a chapter. No. It's only beginning. I know that Warner Bros. Got a lot of problems lately, especially the Zaslav leadership, but for me, it's not a taking step forward. But I no longer spam the comments. I didn't subscribe to Harsh Critics, My Review, Aaron Fisher, CS the Director, and all that stuff because he's make the usual pro Snyder channels that you mind supporting that boycott Gunn's DCU because it's pretty much Warner Bros. On debt. But no, I have to break it to you. Harsh Critics, CS the Director, and my review, Aaron Fisher. I have a bunch of others. I have a message to you. You need to move on. Stop making YouTube videos already about the topic about the boycott Gunn's DCU and especially to restore the Snyderverse because I have why Snyderverse is dead. Okay, it's over. All the cast and crew's gone. Henry Cavill doing other stuff like Highlander and Warhammer over at Amazon Prime or Amazon MGM Studios. That's what they call. And Ben Affleck didn't want to make another superhero movies ever again, and especially IP, so focus on the old thing. I mean, sure, the Iconic 2 did well, but unfortunately it flopped. Well, did well in Prime Video anyway. Ezra Miller, not so much. He's a idiot now. Gal Gadot, still can't act, especially in the new recent Disney's woke live action remake of Snow White with the fellow not so great person that isn't Pedro Pascal, Richard Ziegler. Ray Fisher, yeah, I don't care. He disowned Warner Brothers, and he hates Warner Brothers so much, especially after an investigation with Walter Hamada, former DC Studios Huntsman, the DC Films Huntsman. Sorry. Jared Leto, yeah, no one cares. I don't watch. I skipped Tron Addis and I rewatched Fantastic Four movie instead because Pedro Pascal was a way better actor than Jared Leto. And so Amber Turd, he didn't make another movie ever again. And Jason Momoa will remain as Lobo because he done play as Aquaman, but he has a passion role because he's Lobo for God's sake. So as for me. And second, Levi, yeah, I think that Shazam, I didn't even bring, yeah, I think he could be, might be return as Shazam someday. And that Spanish guy who played Blue Beetle, yeah, he stayed in the DCU animated series soon, so we'll see. But still, and that's why I know DC Snyderverse is already dead. Zack Snyder move on to do crappy streaming stuff like Rebel Crab movies. But for me, I think the DCU is not going to be DOA. It's already begun. DCU and Snyderverse is over. It's already dead. Like they with Sony Spider-Man universe that already dead after the failure of Crafter the Hunter. But some stinkers like terrible Venom movies and God will help us movie with Weirdo Leto and of course the Madame Web movie, because who does it? Dakota Johnson and Sydney Swede could save that movie, but for me, I think this is time to move on, and I'm no longer a spam comments on these different kind pro Snyder. No, not pro Snyder. They boycott DC and DCU and stuff like videos on every single way, but I gave up. I'm done. I'm officially no longer a Snyder bot, or if you know, I'm a Snyder cultist. If you know, whenever the scene of this movie, spoilers, of the James Gunn Superman movie, when that Lex Luthor's mutant monkeys ran the bots of everything. Like they would whenever this and like they would never the scene an episode of The Simpsons back in the day when Mr. Monkeys right typewriters were run by Mr. Burns. And I think looks like The Simpsons predict the future yet again. But for me, I think it is time for move on. Like, yeah, I think these Snyder bots and any of the bots in the comments saying, "Oh, boycott DCU for God's sake." But yeah, it's over. I'm done. I'm done spamming my comments all in the related to DCU and Snyderverse, anti-DCU and Snyderverse, pro Snyderverse thing. But I think it's move on. Like, I'm probably know that I already know that House Critics is a totally loser. I mean, he made a bunch of every single video, say beginning video, back with another video, blah blah blah. But I have to break it to you. Snyderverse is dead. Move on. Waters open. That's my new slogan. That's my new catchphrase. But for me, I happen to know that to all the watching my channel and especially my main channel, and I will mention that I got a community guideline strike twice, first in January and now here a few days ago. But due to Snyder cultists and especially the monkey bot test, what you call, the report on my channel, and I decided I gave up. So I need to take it easy to something else. I'm not going to return to making videos on Thursday, so please don't hate this video and don't hate me, because I believe that Snyderverse is already dead for now. If you love this new James Gunn Superman movie, that's fine. I appreciate that. But whatever you do, don't leave the hate comments and don't spam my comments. Don't hate anyone. If the Gunn's DCU was already DOA, Snyderverse is not going to be restored for real. They focus on the Batman stuff, and that's why I know these Warner Brothers Discovery later changed to Warner Brothers, as the Warner Brothers Discovery split the two separate companies that wanted to know that had the financial troubles, or heck, maybe Universal would snatch up the Warner Brothers stuff. Buy Warner Brothers stuff, but there's no Snyderverse is going to be restored. It's over. I mean, I know that if Warner Brothers wanted to bring Zack Snyder stuff back to do a 300 picture series over at HBO Max, it never happened. It's over. It's scrapped. But still, the Warner Brothers legacy will live on with some recent box office hits like Sinners, a Minecraft movie, and F1, and of course Superman. But what happened to next to the future of Warner Brothers, even despite the financial troubles? So, one last time, Snyderverse is dead. Move on. Waters open. Thank you for watching. That's a video for today. Please go see Superman, James Gunn Superman, in theaters. And while I have it, go watch Head of State's movie. on Prime Video because Peter Safran producing. It was a way better film than Snyder's Rebel Crap movies over on Netflix. So for me, go watch this movie. Go watch James Gunn's Superman movie, and after that, go watch Heads of State movie on Prime Video. So thank you for watching, and I said it before and I say it again. Snyderverse is dead. Move on while it's open. Good night and have a good day.